Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to check out Hello Good Game. Today, we're continuing along with our Magic the Gathering free-to-play budget guide for beginner series. We've worked our way literally through every deck. This is our last 3-color deck, and then we're going to take a quick look at Gates' budget 4-color deck tomorrow. And then we're going to maybe take a step back, play some tier 1, some tier 2, make some original decks, and then potentially come back with an intermediate deck series where we bump up the rares, etc., etc. So today was Sultai budget, and you guessed it, it's based around Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven and Trail of Crumbs. So anything that's got green and black in it, you are running these 3 cards, obviously. We have Paradise Druid and Growth Spiral just to help us out with a little bit of ramp. Cloudkin Seer is going to draw a card when it enters the battlefield. And Wicked Wolf, when it enters the battlefield, it will fight a target creature as well. And then Gadwick, when he enters the battlefield, he's going to draw X cards. So we have these 3 enter the battlefield effects, and that will be triggered with Yarok the Desecrated, which is our mythic of the deck. This could easily be switched out. We're kind of just having fun with this because I don't think Sultai is too competitive. So if you don't have a Yarok, don't feel too bad. Definitely don't buy it unless you're looking to have fun with him as maybe a commander. Obviously, I think he's a great brawl commander, so you can have fun with him in that way. And it's just the 1 copy, so it shouldn't be a problem. And then we also have Murderous Rider as removal. Savvy Hunter is food token generations, which is great for us. And really, that's the whole deck. We've incorporated all of the life gain lands, so we're holding on to life gain quite nicely. We're not really having an issue with aggro decks. Wicked Wolf is really great for the removal. Cloudkin Seer draws cards. Gadwick draws cards. We have Trail of Crumbs draws cards. Witch's Oven and Cauldron Familiar will do a lot of damage. Cloudkin Seer will do a little bit of damage because it's flying. And then all of the other is just bonus material. So, again, as far as an opening hand goes, you really want Witch's Oven. That's your primary card. If you can get a Cauldron Familiar in there with it, even better. And then, really, if you have a Yarok with the 3 spread of land, I'd probably keep that just because he is the nuke of the deck. But other mentionable cards that are always nice to have in your opening hand are things like Growth Spiral to ramp, Murderous Rider for removal, and Trail of Crumbs for draw. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's footage. Thanks so much for holding on with me through my butchering of these cards. I really appreciate it. If you wanted more of this, you could subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon, and then go ahead and check out our YouTube page once this video is wrapped up. And there's a gem giveaway playlist, so you can check that out if you're interested in winning any gems. With that all being said, thanks again for watching, and we will see you guys all tomorrow with our Gates budget build. Oh, one last thing before we kick off here. All of these budget decks for our newcomers contain 1 mythic rare and 6 rares. So that's kind of the gist of it if you're going to look at these other decks, because wild cards are hard to come by for new free-to-play players. But we're trying our best to take care of you guys. So I just wanted to let you know that. Okay, first match of the day. Callan, MTG. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We do have our land. Quite nice. We have Cat with an Oven. Also quite nice. Removal, missing a land. But it could be much worse. Let's start out slow and give our opponent a jolly hello. Okay, he's going to start slow as well. So he's probably going to quit after this, but let's see if not what we can do. Probably playing our Savvy Hunter next turn. Again, we should do the draw before Narset hits the field, if that's his angle, right? Sacrificing our cat, being as quick as possible, just so our opponent doesn't hate himself. Or us, for that fact. Okay. That's pretty cool. We do pull a Yarok. Let's just draw. More focused on land now that we see Yarok on the field. Another cat, that's fine. Sailor, also fine. We're gonna trade because we have treasure creation or food creation within other cards. Let's attack with our Cloudkin Seer first of all. So no counters there. We don't want our cat countered, which is a possibility. So we're going to go ahead and just play our Savvy Hunter this turn. See what he's got in his hand. I'm sure he has either an Essence Capture or Sinister Sabotage. That's fine. There's no getting around Sinister Sabotage. He could have had a Quench, and that probably would have been bad on my behalf. But we're choked on lands. We don't much mind just dealing 2 damage to him every turn if that's how he wants to take it. Right? Because we're totally open to doing that as well. And then if he does have some sort of removal on it, we can sacrifice it with our oven. And then we're back in with the cat again. We're going to end turn here. And we're going to play Growth Spiral under his play. So this is still on our turn. We're going to leave it. And then we're playing it on the end of his turn here. Basically forcing him to either let it through, which he probably will do. Send it through. Hopefully we're drawing a land. We do, that's great. My turn now. We have another land, so Yarok is in the field. We know that there's probably 4 Frilled Mystics in his hand. So the jury's out. So that's okay. Obviously, we can bait him with the cat. And then if he plays a Frilled Mystic, which he does, and that's great, right? Good for him. We're getting it out of his hand, which is the big thing for us. But now we're able to draw, which is really fun as well. Oh, Mystical Dispute. Banger. Because Cloudkin Seer is a blue card. Mystical Dispute's cast for 1. But no harm, no foul. We are sitting on a Yarok that Desecrated, and we want all counters out of his hand before we start laying in on him. 21, we're on 3-turn timer. Still, probably sitting on counters, which is a bit of a bummer. Let's try to bait with an oven, which is worth countering, honestly. And he wasn't into it. Was not into it. So, there's a couple things that come to mind. The first is attacking with my Seer, obviously. We get that damage in. Murderous Rider can stay open. We can also instead, or as well I should say, sacrifice our Cloudkin Seer for a Cauldron Familiar, which will be able to block the Cutthroat, which is great. So we could potentially chump block 1 and then remove the other. Alright, so we're going to sacrifice the Seer. And he's down to 11, so that's not bad, right? If we can start mitigating some of the damage he's doing. And there's really not much he can do about this. Right? So we've just stopped 4 damage, gained 2 life, and done 2 damage. So this is going to get pretty old pretty quick for our opponent, I'm thinking. And it is his turn, so we do want to get in on his Frilled Mystic as well, because he's going to protect that, right? It's his turn. That's his damage source. I've just blocked a lot of damage, so he definitely wants to counter this Murderous Rider. Wow. A second Frilled Mystic. Can you believe it? So we know he's got 2 more Frilled Mystics. Yeah, we can go to damage here. He's getting that 3 in. And we'll play the cat, sack the food. And, yeah, let's hit field with our Yarok. He could Mystical Dispute this, in which case, GG for us, because it does have blue in it. And he gets it. Oh my god. Good game. That's absolutely disgusting. So, no attacks. This situation is looking very, very grim. And we see just how powerful Simic Flash is, right? So if you're interested in playing Simic Flash, there's a link down below in the description, and then I think another one in the comments where you can directly check out our Budget Deck series, and you'll be able to view the Simic Flash deck there. We're sacrificing the cat, blocking 5 damage this time. Taking 6 though, still a tough pill to swallow. Just trying to cycle these cats as hard as we can while chump blocking along the way. Right? Easy as that. Another cat is just about the best thing that's happened to me today. So let's do our attack first, and no attacks actually. We're gonna chump block. We can pay 2, we can pay 3, leave us alone. You're gonna need a Sinister Sabotage. One of your other 2 Frilled Mystics. Leave us alone. Alright, so a counter again, big surprise. He gets to Surveil. And he puts the Preserver down preemptively when I was debating on attacking. I was going to attack with my Familiar here, but now I know that's not an option, so that's a misplay on our opponent. He should have held that in his hand just one more phase. Getting hit for 8, so that's less than ideal. Right, we're blocking here. Sacrificing the cat. And that's going to seal the deal because now his Preserver is going to get buffed up. So we can go ahead and pack up. Good game. We felt a little bit shy due to all the counters. So Simic Flash, such a great deck. go ahead and check it out in the link down below. So I don't think Sultai is the greatest anymore since the death of Oko, which is understandable. I think it's still pretty good because of the cats and the sacrifice effect with the food, but Oko was just such a big part of the deck and why they included islands in it. And without said islands, the deck kind of falls a little bit short, much like this hand of ours. We do have a Trail of Crumbs, so it's not going to be the worst, and we're just waiting on a swamp for our Cauldron Familiar. Let's take it, why not? It's going to be a slow start anyways, and our opponent's just opting immediately, which is fine. Let's grab some life. We have a Paradise Druid next turn, which will allow us to play our Cauldron Familiar. Okay, so this is actually great. We're going to pass turn. Our opponent plays Oft. We know our Growth Spiral's fine here. We don't want it countered, right? Once he tapped his blue, we knew we were good to go. And again, we could have played that on his turn, forcing him to counter it then, but for the most part, I think we're going to live. You just know he's got a counter available. So we're going to throw something out that's really non-necessary to our game plan, which is a Paradise Druid. We're already at 4. Paradise Druid's not really that important. And we see the quench hit. Trail of Crumbs would have been safe. Cauldron Familiar would have been safe. And again, we're just stacking lands, which is fine. We're going to play our cat first. We don't see anything, so we're going to leave it. Right? Because we know he has another quench. He goes Chemist's Insight. That's fine. Less than ideal, but it's fine. And yeah, he gets a Selesnya land out. We're continuing to draw land, which is nice to a certain extent, but again, not necessary. We will bait with the Savvy Hunter. Right, let's attack. We're baiting a counter with the Hunter. We can stop the quench. And he has an Absorb, which is fine. And now we know Trail of Crumbs is fine to come into the field, which is going to help us draw a card when we replay our cat when it dies. Oh, when it's exiled, I mean. Goodness gracious. So we're losing a kitty. Could be worse. More land, that's the last thing we need. I guess toss it in, right? Why not? And let's draw a card. We can pay 3 for Mystical Dispute, so there's not much he's doing. And let's sacrifice this food, pay 1, draw a card. I like the sounds of that. We could have done this on our opponent's turn. We're going to take Yarok, the Desecrated, and he sees that. So he's basically just going to hold up a counter for that, right? We know this. 20 life still. He can take 10 hits from the Cloudkin Seer. We do have both Murderous Rider and Wicked Wolf, which will combo off of our Yarok, the Desecrated. Which is absolutely amazing, right? And you just know that he's sitting on more counters. So it's quite a terrible situation. let's just end our turn here. We're gonna let him play Chemister's Insight and discard, I guess. And he did discard a Quench right there, which is not the worst. He must be sitting on 2 other counters, which is the worst. And now he's got a full mitt. We're at 31 life. Is he gonna bounce my Cloudkin Seer? So it is our opponent's turn. Our Murderous Rider is now non-viable on his turn. Everything is. And he bounces Trail of Crumbs, which is fine. Plays Castle Vantress, which is really gonna help him. And now we're in just that awful situation again, right? So let's play our Paradise Druid. Let's kill his Teferi. Right? And now we can let him counter Trail of Crumbs if he so chooses. Getting that counter out of his hand. Sinister Sabotage, that's fine. I think he has a time wipe, so I'm not going to play my hand to the field. Doing 4 damage a turn is fine. We just need to play hand versus hand. Right? Let's hit him for 4. And then again, baiting him with the Sevi Hunter. He needs to counter. Well, he doesn't need to. He could have a time wipe, like I think, but we're going to pray that he doesn't. He has more absorbs, 2 more sabotages. Oh no, this is a different match. He has 2 more quenches, 3 more absorbs, and 3 more sabotages. So, we're going to end our turn there. He knows we've got Yarok in our hand, which is fine. He's trying 2. Let's see what he does. Hopefully 2 to the bottom. 1 top, 1 bottom. He draws it. Still has 5 cards. There's the time wipe that we were so expecting, which is fine. It is what it is. Trail of Crumbs is amazing. Not something he can really counter. But again, he does. That takes him down to a single land. He's probably got a Mystical Dispute, so we're not going to play it. But our Wicked Wolf can hit the field and be just okay. Right? He's fine. So we still have some field presence, which is great. This is going to get a lot worse, a lot quicker. Our opponent down to 36 cards already. Still has 15 life, if you can believe it. And we're going to play another wolf on top, just because we know he's not got any creatures. It's a control deck. So our wolf's fight effect doesn't really do anything. Right? He's absorbing that. Props. Good for you. He gets to draw a card there, which is great. Next turn he'll be drawing 2. Main phase opt. That's good for us. That means desperation. And he scryed to the bottom as well, which is really good. So it could be a handful of land. Let's see what else he's got. He does have something. A Prison Realm. Respectable, respectable. That'll be his second. So So he still has room to counter Yarok, or he wouldn't be playing it. Right? So these other 2 cards are giving us the shivers, and he scryed to the top, which is bad news again. If it doesn't hit now, it won't ever hit. It's sad. He's got 33 cards. He's going to really draw himself out. Let's hold the phone. Maybe he will kill himself with Magic Mirror. It doesn't necessarily look like a deck that you would include Jason. And as long as we keep Murderous Rider up and running, we should be able to hit it as soon as it hits the field. Unless he gets too many land, which I'm feeling like he will. Paradise Druid can come on. We'll pass our turn here. Down to 26 already. He is eating through his hand, you guys, or his deck. It's my plan to just chill out, let him mill himself. Hopefully that'll help. We need to avoid a Jace in a very big way. What his finisher is, I will never know. Well, I guess I will soon. And he's just going in for the draw. Maybe it is Jace as a closer. My turn. Honestly, why not at a certain point? We still have Murderous Rider up, so let's just go for it. Right? Another counter. We know this. Whatever. That's not really the objective anymore. The objective is, can we get through these 21 cards? A Jace will win. He could have a huge mana sink as well to win. Obviously, stuff like Mass Manipulation is almost a dud at this point. We do have 32 life, so if he's looking to kill us that way, it needs to be like a Finale of Glory, something like this. A Teferi, quite interesting. He can now bounce his own Magic Mirror to slow the draw if he needed, but chooses to bounce my Paradise Druid. Down to 15 cards. He's drawing 4 next turn, you guys. That's incredible. That will kill his first. And he's just playing it to get it out of his... I'm not sure what's going on. He kept the wrong one, maybe? Okay. Paradise Druid. He has all the counters in the world. I'm sure he's got 3 more Time Lights as well. Yeah, we could pay that. So it still hits. Basically a wasted card. I'm not sure why he'd even bother. We have a Witch's Oven as well, which he can try to counter. And again, we don't care. That is a good card to counter, though. And Teferi's not... It is actually going to end the day, so why don't we just... we'll kill Teferi, because he could plus Teferi, and then he's got a Finale to Glory instant speed, which would be less than ideal for us. Does he have 2 quenches in hand? No! Oh my gosh! Murderous Rider gets through to Teferi. That's funny. Oh my god. Our opponent's down to 9 cards in his hand. He's got 2 more turns to finish us. There's Jace, and we wasted our Murderous Rider on it. It's silly Teferi. That's beautiful. You know what we need to draw. It's another Murderous Rider. Wilderness Wreck. He needs to also kill my Paradise Druid somehow, probably. He has literally unlimited mana. 6 cards left, which he will draw next turn. Jace on the field. So if we don't remove Jace immediately, we're going to lose. And, well, we know he's got counters in his hand, so that's not ever going to happen either. So, we're just going to give our opponent the old good game, because he really beat us the old-fashioned way. What a fun match. Let's let him finish it out with Magic Mirror. I thought we could outdraw him, but he was a smart cookie and included Jace. And that's game, because he was able to just draw with Wilderness Wreck. We don't even get the opportunity to do anything about it. Well, we do. Let's see if we draw a Murderous Rider here. Again, he can counter this and it's over. Well, we get to maybe try one more time at the lottery. Right? And that is game. Oops. So let's try one more time. I never like to do a video where we don't win a match. Now, obviously, this deck is extremely weak to counter Magic. You've seen we lost to Simic Flash. We lost to Azorius counters, I believe. Or no, that was Bant, I believe. There's a little bit of green in that. So, less than ideal. We have good land spread. We have a Growth Spiral, which is nice. So we're going to keep it and start off slow, but then hopefully speed up a little bit later on. So Jungle Hollow comes in first. That's going to open up our Cauldron Familiar, and that is one half of our Growth Spiral as well. Then again, we need 2 greens for our Wicked Wolf, so that can come in next with our Cauldron Familiar. Now it's a similar situation. We can play whatever we want. Just gaining life willy-nilly. Let's get that attack in. Ending our turn. Growth Spiral at the end of his turn. Just continuing to ramp with these basic lands. It's pretty cool. They were able to keep ahead somehow. Paradise Druid can come out, why not? We've got 9 points life difference already. Deafening Clarion wipes the field. So, that's how it's going to be. So we're gonna leave it, right? Well, no, we'll not leave it. We're gonna draw the card with Trail of Crumbs. I find that that's important as well. And you just gotta love the land. Why not, right? I'm sure our opponent's gonna sweep again. Which is why I was thinking maybe hold it for the Wicked Wolf and then we can give it indestructible. But, you never know, right? It could have been his only sweeper. Seems like he's running a gate deck, which is pretty cool because we will actually be running a gate deck tomorrow. We have a budget gate deck for you guys. So hold your horses there. He can literally Gates Ablaze us at any time. So we're withholding our wolves. We really need Savvy Hunter to get an attack in. If he tosses Gates Ablaze, this game's over. Oh my gosh. Woof. So, I guess a little preview of what tomorrow brings. We can play one of our wolves, why not? Even though he's just going to wreck it this turn as well. Another guild summit. He's drawing basically unlimited cards. Every time he plays a gate, he'll draw 2. And then here's his Gate Colossus. Comes out as an 8/8. An absolute tank of a card. We ain't doing shit about that, boys. We can chill. We'll submit 0. Obviously, we don't want to fight. No attacks. We don't have Death Touch. That wouldn't work. Put a clove of garlic in my ear. I heard that took away earaches, but man, my ear is in serious pain. I'm just trying to like get some garlic juices in there, maybe. That should help. If you guys know any earache home remedies, hit me up. Feel free to send me a message on Discord or on Instagram if you wish. No blocks. That's pretty brutal. I would love to get a good win for you guys, but unfortunately, I don't think Sultai's got it in it yet. Gatebreaker Rams, got Trample, Vigilance, really everything you want in a card right now. So no attacks here. Our opponent's got a full mitt. We've got nothing. This is budget gates. Well, maybe not budget. I'm not sure what he's up to. It looks to be though. So be sure to stay tuned until tomorrow, at which point we will showcase this lovely Gates budget deck. Today was Sultai budget, and yesterday was Mardu Knights. If you're interested. Any of our other budget videos can be found in a playlist. There's a link in the description and in the comments, so you can check that out. I really appreciate you guys for holding on in there with me through these grueling losses. Counter Magic sucks. That's all I have to say. And Gates Ablaze is absolutely broken as well. We probably could have held on and got a food for our wolf, but it looked like he had multiples locked and loaded. So, bad luck today, but however, you can't win them all. So thanks again for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All of our subscribers are entered in to win up to 500,000 gems. If you still don't know what that's about, just go watch our gem giveaway playlist, and then you will. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned until tomorrow, and take care.